Hi everyone, my name is Shaklan Azam and today I will be presenting the group report along with my group mates Jaspreet and Salih Ahmed. So let's start. So first thing, it's the group risk assessment report about the super retail group, mail order and retail business. So let's talk about the introduction. So super retail group is basically a mail order business founded in 1972 by Reg Rowe and Hayes Rowe in Queensland, providing automotive spare parts and accessories. In 1974, Super Retail Group has launched its first retail store to extend its business scale in Queensland. Today, the Super Retail Group has been running an omni-retail business structure where its four most attractive brands of Australia and New Zealand, more than 9 million loyal and valued customers in maximum categories of their demands by establishing a huge chain of 716 retail stores and e-commerce platforms. So the next thing is, just 1 second. Yeah, so the next thing is financial highlights from financial year 21-22. So financial year 22 comprised a 53-week trading period as compared to 52 weeks for financial year 21. Sales of Super Retail Group remain at 3.55 billion. Sales grew by 2.8%. So strong second half performance, 5% like scales growth in second half of the financial year 2022. So record online sales, digital sales up to 44% to over $6 million. Continued growth in active club members up to 14% to $9.2 million. So statutory NPAT of $241.2 million and normalized NPAT of $244.1 million. Fully franked final dividend of 43% per share, bringing full year dividends to 70% per share. So this is the chart for the annual sale growth. As we can see, the group sales in the financial year 2018 was 2577, 2019 was 2710, 2020 was 2825, 21 3453, and finally the financial year 2022 was 3551. This was the highest one. So the next thing is scope of this presentation, the one that we are talking right now. This report is designed to analyze the annual report of Super Retail Group financial year 2022. It also has to take deep insight of financial and operational matters of the company, and it has to risk assessment of the Super Retail Group. It has to judge the risk assessment of the Super Retail Group, audit plans for the company to observe and analyze the feasibility of resources. So the next thing is risk assessment. This is the long part. So Super Retail Group has been facing a number of risks as claimed by Audit and Risk Committee ARC. Exposure to physical and psychological hazards of stakeholders. Authorities of all three operational countries, Australia, New Zealand, and China, have designed complex system for payment of employees that cannot be easy to handle and breaching of which can be detrimental for the group. Volatile macroeconomic conditions of major supply economies and the freight charges, labor market, wage rate, and global trading environment may increase the financial hardships for the group due to complex external factors. Recent outbreak of COVID-19 has advanced the ways for almost all the business towards improved operational both online or offline. Due to such direct to consumer sales structure, the competition level and changes of the new entrants in the industry has been increased. So similarly, the same slide continues. Its risk assessment continues. High risk of the supply chain with non-compliance of climate change transition may reduce the investors' confidence in the company. On this basis of above risk assessment, this audit report suggested remedial for financial year 23 that has to come to reduce the frequency and impact of listed risks. Risk number one, its remedial is compliance and leadership training to reduce the hazard exposure, focus on robust health and safety management, prevention and equipment maintenance programs, COVID-19 controlling measures. Number two, implementation of IT-based smart roasting system, wage review scheduling, trainings on correct roasting, structural consolidation of payroll management. Risks assessment continues. So the risk number three, its remedial is maintenance of strong financial structure, well-structured omni-retail strategy, keep observance to external factors, implementation of robust inventory management. Risk number four, more investments in brands awareness in the people, improvement in shopping experience, regular analysis of marketing strategies of competitors, sustainability plans for retaining the loyal customers and club members. Number five, improve transparency and disclosure of high risk supply chain of the group, redesigning of 2030 sustainability goals of the group, and the final one, monitoring the business practices of trading and operating partners. So that's the end of my part. From here, Saleh will take on. Thank you very much.
Well, my complete name is Saleh Sultan Ahmed. Today I present our presentation in this group five key fact about the company, its management and governance. Number one is what business does the company operate in. Today, the Super Retail Group has been running a omni-retail business structure where its foremost attractive brand of Australia, Super Cheap Auto, has now become our finest option for Australia and New Zealand consumer of automotive accessories and spare part of retail market, providing a large range of auto spare parts, accessories, and took that can be a useful part of activities like traveling, outdoor layers, trading, and gragging. The second one is Rebel is the super retail group brand that has been providing hands to the passion of sportsmen in almost every stream of sports. The motive of Super Retail Group behind launching Rebel brand is to improve the general well-being and confidence in its loyal clients by having an access to active and healthy life. In a next slide, the next slide is in this slide is a makeup by Super Retail Group, is the brand that has been providing quality product and services to people in the market of apparel and equipment to inspire the life of people of every race. It designed the premium items for adventure to support the outdoor activities for all in Australia and New Zealand. The last one is BCF Boating Camping Fishing is the subsidiary brand of Super Retail Group that has always been stand by your provide you to expert advice about goods and services that you may need in your adventures and leisure activities like boating, camping, or fishing. In the next slide, in this slide is a 5 key fact about the company and its management and governance. In this chart, is our net profit, income tax expense, and total revenue. Can you do, and 5 key fact about the company, its management and governance count. What were the net asset at the end of the 2022 financial year? Net assets in financial year 2022, trade and other receivable is 53.60 million. Inventories is 799.60 million. Trade and other payable is minus 451.40 million. Currency current tax liabilities is 19.80 million. In our next slides, 5 key facts about the company, its management and governance, cash and cash and equivalents 13.40 million, borrowings is 0 million, less liabilities is 1.70 million, property plant and equipment is 235.70 million, right of use asset is 923.7 million, intangible asset is 866 million, other financial assets is 0 million, liabilities is 11.90 million, provisions is 138.30 million, deferred tax is 5.30 million, and net asset is $1.289 million. In this slide, net asset financial year 2022, net asset, deferred tax, provision. In this graph shows the highest and lowest management and governance in a millions. Can you do the next slide, please? In a management, what was the market value of the company at the end of financial year? The market value of the company was 12,546,754 at the end of financial year 2022. Now, the next part, my other friends explain for you. Thanks.
Hello everyone, myself Jaspreet. So I'm here to represent an analytical review of company's performance and financial position. So we are here seeing a graph of the calculation of the net profit for the year 21 and 22 and 21. So we can see we are having more net profit in year 21, and in year 22 we are having less. Next slide. So in the second graph, we can see the calculation of the current ratio in a year between 21 and 22. So we can see current ratio is more in year 2022 than in 21. So next slide. So in third, we can see the debt ratio between the year 21 and 22. So we can see there is more debt ratio in 21 and there is less in 22 as we have reduced our expenses. Next slide. Outcomes of research essay, implication for the audit of Super Retail Group. And following are the implications for the audit of Super Retail Group. Number one is supply chain transparency, as it is very crucial for sustainable growth and future investment. And the second one is Super Retail Group enters in a number of core tenants, including as a transparent supply chain, an enhanced consumer experience, both in store and online, and a strategy that does not violate employment rules. And in third, in case of Super Retail Group, the major risk to business operations are also associated with sustainable business practices like health and safety measures, climate supportive production, transparent supply chain, and community services. That is why Super Retail Group should focus on the said issues to reduce the risk to the business operation in any way. So in the end, there is references. Thank you.
So thank you very much. This is the end of our presentation, and I hope everyone enjoyed, and I hope we elaborated all of the points that we wanted to. Thank you very much, and see you.